just to make sure the live is okay. Um, all right, here we go. Yeah, my name is John. Welcome to my channel. Yeah. Um, in this live today, we are going to take a look at the Treaty of Lisbon, language analysis. Let's see. Oh yeah, it looks like it's live. Yeah. All right, pretty good. Let me go into that video. Yeah. All right. Um, okay, let me flip my camera and let's get started. Okay, just a moment. I'm gonna flip my camera. Yeah, it looks okay. All right. Let me see. All right, guys, pretty good. Yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, you're very welcome to my channel. You're very welcome to this live. Yeah, so this live is called EU Law, Treaty of Lisbon. We're going to take a look at the language of the Treaty of Lisbon. All right. I'm gonna be sending some messages on the chat as well. Okay, so if you have any questions, drop it on the chat, and I'll get back to you. Okay. All right. So here we go. I need to position my phone properly. All right. All right, guys, pretty good. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to start this live today with a little message on the chat. Okay. If you want to get in touch with me, so everything that I'm talking about in this live today, I have written down. So if you want to get some of my notes, okay, just check out my email on the chat. Send me an email, and I'll send you my notes as well. Okay. All right. So here we go. So Treaty of Lisbon. Yeah. What is a treaty? What is a Treaty of Lisbon? As I'm talking to you, I'm gonna be dropping some messages on the chat there. Okay, Treaty of Lisbon. Okay, so a treaty. What is a treaty? Yeah. So what is a treaty? A treaty is a formal, legally binding written agreement between nations and countries, sovereign states, or international organizations. Okay, it functions like a contract on a global scale and establishes specific rights and obligations that the parties must follow under international law. All right, pretty good. Let me see if I can drop that into the chat. Does that fit? Let me see. No, it does. Oh yeah, it does. Let me do this. Oh no, too long. Okay, let me go back to my notes. Let me do this. I'm going to send you a message on the chat there. No, it's not working. Okay, sorry, just a moment. I need to copy a text. Copy, and then I'm gonna send a new message. Obligations, specific rights. Okay, perfect. Yeah, as you can see, if you look at the chat, yeah, everything that I'm going over, you can read the text on the chat. Okay. All right, pretty good. Yeah, so let's do that. Okay, I'll send you there a new message. Let's take a look. Yeah, so the Intergovernmental Conference responsible for drawing up the European Reform Treaty was launched in Lisbon on 23 July 2007. Okay, pretty remarkable. And the European Parliament was represented by Elmar Brok, Enrique Barón Crespo, and Andrew Duff. Okay, so these people, they were present during the treaty conference. All right, let's see what's next there. The text of the treaty was approved at a meeting of heads of state and government in Lisbon on 18 and 19 October 2007. Okay, how long ago was that? That was like 19 years ago. Is that true? Yeah, 19 years ago. Okay, we're going to look at this article right here. Okay, and after that, we're going to study some vocabulary that is here in this article. Okay, all right. The Treaty of Lisbon was signed in the presence of the European Parliament President Hans-Gert Pöttering on 13 December 2007. Let's see what's next. Following a proclamation of the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights in Parliament by the Presidents of the European Parliament, the Commission and the Council. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at some major changes. What were some major changes for the European Parliament? Under the Treaty of Lisbon, Under the Treaty of Lisbon, Parliament has the right to appoint the President of the Commission on the basis of a proposal from the European Council. Okay, we're going to study all of this text right there. Yeah, okay, if you're watching this now, look at the chat. I'm dropping some pretty cool information on the chat. Okay, all right, let's see the next one. I'll be reading the chat now. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Major changes for the European Parliament. Takes into account the results of elections to the European Parliament. Co-decision is extended to new areas and becomes the ordinary legislative procedure. All right, pretty good. We're going over this article right now, and when I finish reading, we're going to study some vocabulary that is in the article. Okay, we're going to take a look at meanings of words and example phrases and things like that. We are studying the language of the Treaty of Lisbon. Okay, all right, so let's see the next message there. With a few exceptions, the treaty puts the European Parliament on an equal footing as lawmaker with the Council in areas where this was not previously the case before. Okay. Notably, in settling the EU budget, Parliament enjoys full parity, agriculture policy, and justice in home affairs. Okay. All right, let's see what's next. When did the treaty enter into force? Okay, do you know that? I'll put that on the chat for you. The treaty entered into force on 1st December 2009 after being ratified by all 27 member states. Okay, so all the 27 member states agreed with the Treaty of Lisbon. Okay, and finally, when was it signed? The Treaty of Lisbon was signed in Lisbon, Portugal. That's where I live right now. On 13 December 2007. And entered into force. Almost 2 years ago. Almost 2 years later. Yeah, 1st December 2009. Okay, sorry. All right, pretty good, guys. So this is the end of the article. So now, excuse me, we're going to study some vocabulary that is in the article. Okay. All right. So if you wanna, in case you wanna get the notes. Okay, in case you want to get all of this. Oh, hi, Cookie. Hello. Cookie 2902CF. Excuse me. Hello, Cookie. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in European law and English for law, send me an email and I'll send you my notes. Okay. All right. Thanks, Cookie. Thanks for watching. Cookie 2902CF. Thanks very much. Okay. Oh, hey, Goku. Hi, Goku. Thanks for watching. All right. Goku King 06. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at some vocabulary right now. Okay. What is a treaty? Let's take a look. If you look at the chat there. Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, Goku. If you look at the chat, you can see there some vocabulary. What is a treaty? Okay, a treaty is a formal written agreement between countries and governments about rules, cooperation, or peace. Okay, so basically, a treaty is a contract between different countries. Okay, Um, so a very simple idea is, I'll put that on the chat for you. So countries sign a treaty when they officially agree on something important. Okay, like the Treaty of Lisbon. Yeah, so the 27 member states in Europe agreed on um, agreed on the Treaty of Lisbon. All right. All right, brother. Thanks for info. Yeah, Goku, no problem. Okay, thanks for watching. All right. Let's see some synonyms for treaty. What does treaty mean? What are some other words for treaty? Okay. Some synonyms are agree. Ooh, sorry, that message doesn't look good. Let me try again. Synonyms: agreement, pact, accord, convention, and deal. That looks better. Yeah. Some synonyms for treaty are agreement, pact, accord or convention, or a deal. Okay, so these are all synonyms for a treaty. Okay, all right. Let's see some example phrases. Okay, so what are some example phrases with the word treaty in? Okay, I'll show you here. I'll show you here three example phrases. Okay, number one here. Let me drop that in the chat. There you go. The two countries signed a treaty after the war. Okay, the two countries signed the treaty after the war. Let's see number two. Oh, it's number two. The treaty created new rules for trade. Okay, and next one there. Number three. Leaders met to discuss an international treaty. Okay, so here you can see three example phrases with the word treaty. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to show you some fixed phrases. Yeah, some fixed phrases. I'll put them on the chat as well. There you go. You can sign a treaty. You can say sign a treaty. You can ratify a treaty. There you go. Ratify a treaty. You can break a treaty as well. There, break a treaty. You can peace a treaty. Yeah, that sounds positive. Yeah, peace a treaty. International treaty. Yeah, okay, there you go. International treaty. All right. Yeah, so yeah, here you can see some fixed phrases with the word treaty in. Okay. All right, so there's a question for you. Okay, there's a question for you. I'll put that on the chat for you. Yeah, why do countries need treaties instead of simple promises? Yeah. So why is it important for countries to sign an actual piece of paper instead of just a verbal promise? Yeah. Why is that important? Yeah. How does that help international relations? Okay. All right. Pretty good, guys. Well done. Let's see. I have here another really good piece of vocabulary. I'll drop that on the chat for you. Okay. Legally binding. What does that mean? If something is legally binding, yeah, what does that mean? If something is legally binding, it is official and enforceable by law. Okay. If something is legally binding, it is official and enforceable by law. In other words, if that doesn't happen, yeah, the law can be enforced. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see here. I have a very, very simple idea to share. If you look at the chat there, if something is legally binding, you must follow it, or the law can make you follow it. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at some synonyms for legally binding. Yeah, I have here a list of synonyms. Just a moment, I need to go and grab these phrases, which are right here. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now, I'll send you here some synonyms. Legally binding, what does that mean? Yeah, so some synonyms for legally binding are enforceable, obligatory, official, valid under law, binding by law. Okay, so here you can see some synonyms for legally binding. All right. So now I'm gonna show you here some examples. Yeah, I'm gonna show you there 3 examples of legally binding put in a phrase. Okay, let's take a look there. There, as you can see, look at the chat there. The treaty is legally binding for all countries that sign in. Okay, let's see the next one there. The contract becomes legally binding once all parties sign. Yeah, a contract becomes legally binding once both parties sign it. Okay. And one more example. Court orders are legally binding. Okay. All right, guys, pretty good. Well done. Let's keep going. I have here some more fixed phrases. Yeah, here it is. Fixed phrases. Yeah, I'm going to show you now five fixed phrases. You can say legally binding, a legally binding agreement. Yeah, maybe I can make a list like this. Yeah, legally binding agreements. Sorry, let me prepare this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I'll drop you a message on the chat now. Yeah, if you look at the chat there, yeah, so 5 fixed phrases with legally binding. Oh, hi, Chemmers. Hi, Chemmers. Hello. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the channel. Okay. Um, if you look at the chat there, legally binding means, sorry, some synonyms for legally binding is, I'm sorry, 5 fixed phrases with legally binding. A legally binding agreement, a legally binding contract, legally binding treaty, legally binding obligation, legally binding decision. Okay. Hi, Chermas. Thanks for your comments. Okay. You're very welcome to the live. We're taking a look at EU law, Treaty of Lisbon, language analysis. Okay. All right. I have here some more examples. Let me see here. Oh yeah, this is a really good one. Sovereign states. What are sovereign states? Yeah, I'll put that on the chat for you. Okay. There you go. Sovereign states. What does sovereign mean? Sovereign means independent and autonomous. Okay. Sovereignty means a country's full power to control itself without outside control. That's what it means. Sovereignty means a country's full power to control itself without outside control. All right. Yeah, simple idea is a sovereign country makes its own decisions. Yeah. Okay, there you go. A sovereign country makes its own decisions. All right. I have here some synonyms for you. Let me go and grab these synonyms. Yeah, we have here independence, authority. What else? Self-rule, control. Yeah, okay, these are really good ones. Now, I'll put that on the chat for you. Yeah, synonyms. Independence, authority, self-rule, control. Okay, so it's a very simple idea. Yeah, a sovereign country makes its own decisions. All right. Now, let's see here. I'll send you now, if you look at the chat there, I'll send you 3 example phrases. Yeah. With the word sovereign or sovereignty, better. Yeah, with the word sovereignty. Okay, countries protect their sovereignty carefully. Okay, next one there. Some people fear losing national sovereignty. Okay, and one more here, number 3. Sovereignty is important in international law. Okay, all right, guys, pretty good, well done. Let's see what's next. So next, I have here, 5 fixed phrases with the word sovereignty. Okay, I'm ready now. Let me copy those. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, if you look at the chat there, you can see some phrases with the word sovereignty. Some examples are national sovereignty, protect sovereignty, state sovereignty, sovereign power, lose sovereignty. Okay, so all of these are fixed phrases with the word sovereignty. Okay, all right, there's a question here for you. Okay, can countries share power and still remain sovereign? Is that possible? Can countries share power and still remain sovereign? Okay. All right, let's see what's next. Let me see here. I'm looking at my notes right now. I have so much to do. I'm going to choose. Okay, yeah, I'm going to choose here the European Union. Yeah, what is the European Union? I'll put that on the chat for you. Okay, the European Union is a group of European countries that cooperate through shared laws, trade, and policies. Okay, I got a question for you. How many countries are there in the European Union? Do you know that? If you know, drop a comment on the chat. How many countries are there in the EU? Okay, do you know that? I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There are 27 countries in the EU at the moment. Okay, all right, all right. Let's see here. There. So yeah, the idea of the EU is that countries work together, but remain independent nations. Okay, that's the basic idea of the European Union. All right. Let's see here. I have here some synonyms for you. I'll put them on the chat for you now. Okay, some synonyms for European Union. You can say the EU. You can call it the European bloc. You can also say Union of States. Okay, these are all possible. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to show you here 3 example phrases with the word, yeah, with the name European Union. Yeah, let's take a look. All right, first one is the European Union has 27 member states. Okay, the European Union at the moment has 27 member states. Okay, and EU law affects many daily decisions. EU law affects many daily decisions. Okay, all right, and one more. Countries join the European Union through a formal process. Yeah, I'm curious to know what that process looks like. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to show you here 5 fixed phrases with EU. Okay, so EU stand for the European Union. Yeah, okay, pretty good. Now I'm going to drop that on the chat for you. Okay, if you look at the chat, you can see some phrases with the EU. EU member state, join the EU, EU law, EU institutions, European integration. Yeah, all of that has to do with the European Union. Okay, all right, so there's a question here for you. All right, if you look at the chat, there's a question for you. Should the EU become stronger? I'm sorry. Should the EU become stronger or remain limited? Okay, that's a bit of a wide question, isn't it? What does that even mean? Okay, does that mean that should the EU welcome new countries or stay the way it is? Is that what it means? I think that's what it means. It sounds about right to me. Okay. All right, guys, pretty good. Okay, so if you're watching this and if you would like to get the notes, okay, if you would like to get my notes, okay, look at the chat there. You can see my email. Okay, send me an email and I will send you my notes. Okay, everything that I'm going over right now in this live, I have written down. I can send that to you if you're interested. Okay, all right. Let's see what's next. Oh, this is a good one. Ratify. Yeah, what does ratify mean? If a treaty is ratified, what does that mean? Ratify. Let me do this. All right. Okay, I put it on the chat now. Oh yeah, there you go. So ratify, what does that mean? Ratify means to officially approve and accept a treaty, agreement, or law. Okay, that's what it means. So to ratify means to officially approve and accept a treaty, agreement, or law. Okay, all right, I'll give you here a very simple concept, a very simple idea. Okay, so first leaders sign in. Sorry, sign it. Yeah, first leaders sign it. Then countries ratify it to make it official. Okay, so first countries will sign a treaty or a document or an agreement, and then other countries will ratify it. Other countries will give the okay. Yeah, this is okay. This is ratified. Okay, all right, all right. Let's take a look at some synonyms now. Uh, okay, let me set that up. Just a moment, please. Thanks for waiting. Okay, let me come back here on the chat. Synonyms for ratify: approve, confirm, accept, validate. Okay, there you go. So now I have here some example phrases. Yeah, let's take a look at those. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna send you here 3 example phrases. If you're watching this, thanks for watching. Okay. I'm sending some messages on the chat. We are talking about EU law, and we are taking a look at the Treaty of Lisbon and analyzing the language in the treaty. Okay. All right, pretty good. Now let's see. There you go. Parliament ratified the treaty last year. Okay. Let's see the next one. All member states must ratify the agreement. 27 member states. Yeah, all member states must ratify the agreement. All member states must approve and give the okay. All right. All right, the law becomes active after ratification. It means first people make the law, they read the document, and then they give the okay, they approve it, they ratify it. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, all right. So next I have here 5 fixed phrases with the word ratify. Yeah, what does ratify mean? Well, we saw what it means, sorry. Yeah, ratify means to approve or give the okay. All right, and now I have here some fixed phrases with the word ratify. I'll put them on the chat for you if you want to take a look. Okay, there you go. Ratify a treaty, ratify an agreement, ratify a convention, formally ratify, ratify by Parliament. Okay, so if you look at the chat, you can see 5 fixed phrases with the word ratify. Yeah, remember, ratify means to approve or give the okay. All right. All right, so now there's a question here for you. There. So why signing? Oh, sorry. Why is signing not enough without ratification? Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, what do you think? Why is signing not enough without ratification? Okay, that's a good question. Okay, all right, pretty good, guys. Let me see here. I have here a number of phrases that I want to share with you. Okay, let's take a look at one more. So enter into force. What does that mean? If a contract enters into force, or if a treaty enters into force. Okay, what does that mean? If something enters into force, it means it officially becomes active and must be followed. Okay, that's the case for treaties and laws. Okay, if a law enters into force, it is officially the truth. It is officially active, and it officially must be followed. Okay, all right, that's what it means. Enter into force. All right, I have here a very simple idea to share with you. If you look at the chat, there you go. Enter into force. Yeah, the law, the treaty, or the agreement now applies. Okay, so if the law enters into force, it means we need to follow that law. Okay, all right, pretty good. Now I'm going to share with you some synonyms that I have here. Synonyms: become effective, took effect, came into operation, legally active. Okay, pretty good. I'll put it on the chat for you if you want to take a look at the chat. There you go. So some synonyms for enter into force would be become effective, take effect, come into operation, and to be legally active. Okay. All right. Awesome. Um, if you have any questions, drop them on the chat. I'll get back to you. Okay. Thanks for watching, by the way. I can see there's a number of people watching. All right. Yeah. Thanks for watching. The topic of today's live is EU law, Treaty of Lisbon, language analysis. Okay. All right. All right. Let's take a look there. I'm going to share with you now uh, three example phrases. Okay. With the expression enter into force. Okay, let's take a look now. Enter into force, enter into force. There. The Treaty of Lisbon entered into force on 1st December 2009. The Treaty of Lisbon entered into force on 1st December 2009. All right, in Lisbon, which is where I am right now. All right, next one. The new law entered into force last month. Can you think of a law that entered into force recently? The new law entered into force last month. Okay, next one there. The contract enters into force once both sides sign it. The contract enters into force once both sides sign it. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to share with you five fixed phrases. Okay, enter into force. You can say enter into force, come into force, legally entered into force, the treaty entered into force, the law entered into force. Okay, I'll put those on the chat for you. If you want to take a look at the chat, all of these phrases are on the chat now. There you go. Entered into force, come into force, legally entered into force, the treaty entered into force, the law entered into force. It just means it became active and is now, is now active. It's now the truth. We need to follow that. Okay. Right, there's a question here for you now. Let me put the question on the chat. Okay, why is there often a delay between signing a treaty and it entering into force? Yeah, that's a good question. Why is there a delay? There's a delay of 2 years right here. So the Treaty of Lisbon was signed in 2007 and it entered into force in 2009. So that's 2 years, 2 years later. Yeah, I'm wondering why that's the case. Yeah, I'm actually going to look for that answer right now. I'm going to go here on Google AI mode, and I'm going to put that question, and we're going to get the answer. Why is there often a delay between signing a treaty and it entering into force? The delay between signing a treaty and its entry into force exists primarily because signature is typically just a preliminary step that authenticates the text and indicates an intent to join. To become legally binding, a treaty usually requires ratification, a process that occurs on both domestic and international levels. All right, that's interesting. I'll put that on the chat as well. Okay, I'll drop the first part. Okay, so the delay between signing a treaty and its entry into force exists primarily because signature is typically just a preliminary step that authenticates the text. That authenticates the text and indicates an intent to join. All right, pretty good. To become legally binding. To become legally binding, a treaty usually requires ratification, a process that occurs on both domestic and international levels. It's pretty interesting. I'll drop it on the chat for you as well. All right, thanks for watching, by the way. I can see there's some people watching. Okay. All right. So the question, if you look at the question there, the question was, why is there often a delay between signing a treaty and it entering into force? Though the answer is there for you. The delay between signing a treaty and its entry into force exists primarily because signature is typically just a preliminary step that authenticates the that authenticates the text and indicates an intent to join. To become legally binding, a treaty usually requires ratification, a process that occurs on both domestic and international levels. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, guys, pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So in this live right here, the live is called EU Law, the Treaty of Lisbon, language analysis. Yeah, we're going over some of the language um, that we can see that we found. It's actually the language is actually not in the Treaty of Lisbon. Yeah, the language is actually um, in an article that I found, and we are covering the language now. Sorry, my computer is kind of loading right now. Yeah, okay, pretty good. Um, all right, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me see what else I have here. Okay, I like this phrase that I'll share with you now. Put on an equal footing as. Yeah, put someone on an equal footing as someone. Put someone on an equal footing as someone else. Yeah, look at that phrase there. Put someone on an equal footing as someone else. What does that mean? I'll give an example. There, if you say the Treaty of Lisbon puts the European Parliament on an equal footing as lawmaker. So that's the purpose of the Treaty of Lisbon. The Treaty of Lisbon allowed the European Parliament to be on equal footing as lawmaker. Okay, so that means the European Parliament can now make laws. Yeah, is that what it means? Okay, I can ask the question there. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go here on AI, and I'm gonna ask that question: Did the Treaty of Lisbon allow the European Parliament to become lawmakers? Is that true? Did the Treaty of Lisbon allow the European Parliament to become lawmakers? Yes, that is true. Yeah. All right. That's pretty interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put that question on the chat. Yeah, did the Treaty of Lisbon allow the European Parliament to become lawmakers? Is that true? Yeah, AI is saying yes. According to the European Parliament website, the Treaty of Lisbon, which entered into force in 2009, fundamentally transformed the European Parliament into a co-legislator, placing it on an equal footing with the Council of the European Union. Okay, that's the answer that we have there. Union. Yeah, okay. The Treaty of Lisbon. If you look at the chat, yes, the Treaty of Lisbon, which entered into force in 2009, fundamentally transformed the European Parliament into a co-legislator, placing it on an equal footing with the Council of the European Union. All right, this is pretty interesting. And I have another question here. So okay, answer in one phrase. How was the EU Parliament before that? Before that. Okay, I'll put the question here and let's see what they say. I'll also share the question on the chat. That's what I put into AI, and I'm trying to find that answer. Okay, I can see there are some people watching. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks very much. Okay, hello, welcome to this live. Okay, let's see what AI said. Before the Treaty of Lisbon, the European Parliament was primarily a consultative body with limited co-decision powers. Okay, I'll put that on the chat for you. As you can see, before the Treaty of Lisbon, the European Parliament was primarily a consultative body with limited co-decision powers, meaning it could offer opinions or delay legislation, but often lacked the final authority. Okay, I'll put that on the chat as well. meaning it could offer opinions or delay legislation, but often lacked the final authority. Okay, to block or amend laws on equal footing with national governments. Oh, okay. To block or amend laws on equal footing with national governments. Okay, all right, pretty good. All right, I think I don't have any further questions now. Okay, yeah, so equal footing, let's take a look there. Equal footing. Equal footing, what does that mean? The same level of power or importance. That's what it means. So equal footing means the same level of power or importance. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back there, trying to understand this, trying to make sense out of this. Okay, I'll go back to that. Now, let's continue here. What's next? Oh yeah, equal footing. Oh yeah, I'll give you here some synonyms for equal footing. I can see there's a number of people watching there. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. Okay, make sure, yeah, you're very welcome to this live. If you want to drop a comment, yeah, I'll get back to you. Okay, all right. So yeah, synonyms gives equal status, balances power, levels the playing field. All right, pretty good. Yeah, I have here 3 example phrases. I'll share those with you now. Yeah, I have here 3 example phrases. Yeah. Okay, the treaty puts Parliament on an equal footing with the Council. Okay. Yeah, I'll drop that on the chat for you. Okay. The treaty puts Parliament on an equal footing with the Council. All right. Reforms put local courts on an equal footing with federal courts. Okay, and new rules put small businesses on an equal footing with big companies. Yeah, it sounds pretty fair. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, it sounds fair. Okay, all right. I'm gonna share with you now some fixed phrases, and then I'll finish this live. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna share with you now 5 fixed phrases with equal footing. Yeah, on an equal footing with. Put someone on equal footing. Level the playing field. Achieve equal footing. Maintain equal footing. All right. Okay, guys, pretty good. I think we can wrap it up here. Yeah. So today it was a pretty good live. Yeah. Yeah. So in this live we covered a bit of the Treaty of Lisbon. We looked at some language in the Treaty of Lisbon, and also, yeah, we also I think we answered 2 or 3 questions about the Treaty of Lisbon. Okay, all right. Yeah, we can finish off now. Okay, and also if you're interested, I have here all of this that I share with you on the chat. I have on my notes. Okay, so in case you're interested, I'll send you my email here on the chat. Okay, if you'd like to get my notes, yeah, send me an email and I'll send you my notes. Okay, all right, guys, pretty good. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Okay, it's a bit late now. I think I need to go to bed. I'm tired. All right. Yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, stay well. Okay, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye. I'm going to end my live right